Hi everybody, and welcome back today. So today I thought I'd speak about how becoming a father made me a better person. Because I've always said, and I know there's a lot of people that say this, people don't change, which is generally true. People don't change unless they have a reason to change. Okay, now I've got 7 children. I know what a lot of people are thinking. 7 children, are you mad? I have 7 children. I have one stepdaughter and then six other children by 2 women. Okay, one with one, the other 5 with my actual wife. Okay, now the one sad bit about it, okay, and I'm not about have a dig at my ex girlfriend who my eldest daughter was with. Okay, that was the moment I should have changed and should have changed for the better, but I didn't. And I changed for the worse. And it's not because I did anything bad to her. Never mistreated my ex-girlfriend Sophie. You know, Sophie, absolutely wonderful person. Good mother. And she's with somebody else. But as far as I'm aware, she's completely happy with. Which is, as long as she's happy, then I'm happy for her. And after separating from her, I did deteriorate a lot. And I ended up going into depression, got diagnosed with anxiety, spent the best part of 15 years on and off suffering with depression. And then I met my wife, which is actually my second wife. And she already had a child. Okay, she had a child with another man. I'm trying to think of something nice to say about him, which can be actually quite difficult. Mainly because there's no easy way to put it. He just can't be bothered with his daughter. Now, his daughter now is 24 years of age. And in some ways, I feel sorry for her. And I do dearly feel sorry for her because she's a really nice girl. His daughter, Jamie Lee, which is my stepdaughter. And she generally is a really nice girl. Even though we may not have a brilliant relationship at the moment, she is generally a really nice girl. And in some respects, I say quite often, but she must have pulled the absolute short straw. I say that I pulled a short straw when it comes to my parents, but she pulled an even shorter straw. So I've always done the best what I possibly could by her. And I've never said to her, and she's been in my life for 11 years, and I've never once said to her, one of the main reasons was I never actually knew how to be a father. I never knew how to be because my father was never around. Never met my father really till I was 18, maybe 19 years of age. So I never knew how to become a father. But she was a person that made me change, made me grow up, made me stop drinking, made me stop doing drugs, made me stop gambling, made me stop sleeping around, I suppose you could say, at the end of the day. You know, it's nothing to be proud of. You know, it's actually quite a lot to be ashamed of. You know, so because of her, I managed to change those ways of what I was doing because of the lifestyle I was living at the time. You know, even though I still work in the home improvement industry, I was a door canvasser, and a lot of door canvassers are like that. It's because of the amount of money you can earn, and trust me, I used to earn very good money. You always had one virtue, whether it's drink or drugs or women, whatever it was, and I had all of them. And it's something I never openly admitted to any member of my family. My sister never knew, my brother never knew, my mother and father certainly never knew what I was getting up to. My wife knew once we got together. And once I realised I had to change. So then it boiled down to, if I'm going to change, I had to cut myself off from everything else. And then my wife fell pregnant, and we had our first son together, and that gave me the extra incentive to change. And I quit my job. I alienated myself from everybody from my past, including my own family. Completely alienated myself from all of them because I knew I had to change, or I'd face losing even more than I have in the past. Now, the thing is, do I regret it? No, not for a single second. If I was in the same position again, I would do it all over again. The only thing I would change is when it comes to my ex-girlfriend and what I had to lose. Because I lost a lot because of that, because of what I did. It cost me my relationship with my own child, and that is one thing that I wished I'd done at an earlier stage and changed then, rather than waiting several years before I did change, because that cost me a relationship which I may never get back. I may not have the opportunity. I hope I do get the opportunity, but I may not at the end of the day. And that's something I've personally got to live with, knowing what I personally did. So what I would say to anybody, if you've got the opportunity where you need to change, do it. Doesn't matter what you got to risk, what you face losing, because the alternative sometimes isn't worth it. And trust me, it isn't worth it. And when I look at myself and the amount of suffering I've had to go through, and I won't tell anybody what I physically lost. You do not want to go through it, because it is the worst mental torture you could possibly ever imagine. So, whether it's for a man or it's a woman, if you become a parent and you know that you have to change for whatever reason, whether you've abused substances, you've been going down the wrong route, change straight away. Become a decent, law-abiding citizen. That's all I will say to you, because you do not want to lose. Because you may not have a way of coming back. So, for everybody, thanks for listening today. And I'll speak to you all again a bit later.